So I really want to talk about what 1 in 5 workers is really experiencing at work right now and at home. And it really comes down to the fact that they're experiencing burnout, stress. They're dealing with mental health issues that they need help with. And I think that's the important part that we put all this in perspective, is that they may look normal from the outside. They may be doing an okay job. But in the end, they're fighting inner challenges that we don't see. They can put up the best front in the world. And I think it's so important that as employers, as leaders, that we really focus on how do we support our workers. Yes, they're only in our building from, 7 to 4 or 8 to 5 and so forth, but it's where they spend the majority of their day. And I think it's important that we think about, how do we take care of these workers? How do we take care of each other? Right? 61% of the workers are reporting that their mental health affects their productivity. If we think about the impact of poor mental health on productivity, absenteeism, employee turnover, and with depression alone costing the U.S. economy $210 billion annually. Now, it's all great to think about productivity and absenteeism and the effect on the bottom line, which as a leader you need to. I totally get that. But on the other part, one of the things that I try to work with as I help leaders, CEOs, look at the importance of being human, making a connection. That connection goes a long way. Whether it's your manager making the connection or you are making the direct connection, it is so important. What we want to do is you want to make sure that we emphasize and prioritize mental health support. Right? There's a stat out there that's saying that 86% of employees believe their companies should be doing more to support mental health. Now, I'm not saying we're going to, shut down the workday, but we need check-ins. We need places where people can feel safe when they check in, that it's not going to be reported, that it's confidential, and it allows them to deal with the issues that are going on. It's not an easy world right now. And I think that's one of the most important parts. When I look at work of Anush Hansen, who's doing the work-life balance assessments, it's important to take into consideration what's going out there. The work of Sabrina Woods, right? We need to do more of it. And that's one thing I've been trying to address and trying to make sure that when I work with people, when they're looking at career, they're looking at leadership, they're trying to figure out what's going on, is that we address wellness. We address the impact on themselves, but also on others. Look, there's some stats out there that show like 68%, right? Almost 3/4 of the employees fear consequences if they discuss their mental health. Right? They fear judgment, discrimination, negative career consequences, and they don't feel comfortable talking to their manager. So we need to have somebody, a coach, someone who is in that building, the chief of people operations, whoever it is, that they can reach out and connect with and know what to do, because they're afraid. Look, some things you need to think about, right? Mental health is here. It's definitely increasing. I think if we open up communication and provide a supportive work environment, that helps people more likely to express what's going on with depression and other issues. And you really wouldn't know it. I mean, people can play a really good game. They can act well, and they're a mess inside. So look at it. I want to give you some strategies to promote mental well-being at work. I want to highlight the importance of work-life balance and setting boundaries, right? 94% of the workers report feeling stressed at work. So how do we make it better? How do we give them some opportunities? I had one worker tell me that they were out for a couple of weeks. They had 2 different surgeries. And when they saw this certain manager, they didn't ask how they were doing. Hey, you were out a lot. Wow, did that really do a lot for that employee? This manager didn't do anything to figure out why that employee was out, just came to him, you've been out a lot. Why? Like, not even like, is everything okay? And that's where we have to work as leaders, as managers, that you have to make a connection. I totally get it that you're worried about the bottom line and that they're out and you think they're just having a great time on the beach, but they're not. They're trying to deal with a bunch of different things, especially when they're out for true illnesses and then they come back and they have that. Bring up mental health. There's no way they're going to want to do that. Also, you need to think about how do you incorporate and talk about the benefits of mindfulness, stress management, self-care, and incorporate that, right? Mindfulness will help reduce stress by 68%. That's a huge difference. Encourage the use of employee assistance programs, the EAPs, right? Mental health resources. By doing that, you can save money, but improve the lives of your workers. You want a good company? You take care of your workers, they're going to take care of you, right? And then do regular check-ins. Have open conversations between the managers and team members, right? It's just a check-in. Hey, how's everything going? How can I support you, right? How did things go last week? What can I do to support you? Is there anything you need to talk about? Are you okay? Like, just a check-in. It doesn't have to be this long, crazy thing, but that's going to make a more engaged worker, and you're going to have a better idea of what's going on. Now, look, the role of leadership. This is important. These are things you need to do to help your leaders, right? Emphasize the importance, right, of leadership in creating mental health workspace culture, right? 91% of the workers believe their leaders' actions affect their mental health. I hear some of these people like Elon Musk and others, you got to get back to work. You got to do this. You're no longer going to have this. I don't want to work for them. I had a manager a while ago that just came in crazy. Here's what we're going to do. And I just said, I'm done. 6 months later, I was out the door. I've seen that with many of my clients too. Somebody comes in, that manager just runs, crazy over it. It's not going to happen. Discuss the need for training managers to recognize signs of mental distress and provide support. With only 25 managers receiving such training, that's so important. And then encourage leaders to model self-care, prioritize their own mental well-being, take time off, do wellness, do meditation, go for a walk. I understand life can be very busy, but we have one life and you don't want to lose that opportunity. So my call to action: urge employers to prioritize mental health, implement supportive policies, encourage individuals to seek help when needed and supported by their colleagues. Early intervention can lead to faster recovery, and emphasize the benefits of a mental healthy worker for both employees and organizations. Mental healthy workplaces seeing a 35% reduction in absenteeism and a 15% increase in productivity. So look, I've talked about a lot here. It's very close to home. I've experienced mental health issues at different times. And I think it's important that we prioritize that in our lives, in our workplace. And look, I really want to think about an important part. We can change the environment that we're in very easily. Provide those supportive messages, those supportive places, and you will see a difference in the small steps that you take have a ripple effect across the way that will improve the mood, the mental wellness, the mindfulness, and the connectivity of your employees and your company. And you're going to see many improvements well beyond what happens in the workplace. Reach out if you need any questions or if you need help in mental wellness. I'd be more than happy to have a conversation. If you're an employer and you're looking to implement this, please reach out. I'd love to help you put programs together. Come in and talk to your managers, talk to your employees, share different techniques that you can do to reduce stress and really connect into life. Take care. I'm MarkDanaher. I'm an executive life and career coach who's out to humanize leaders and make sure that we're finding the work and love that we need and want. Take care.